back. So this is the fourth video on my timeline, and this experience was actually just recently. We had to fulfill at least 6 hours at the DPSC, the Dr. Paul Schwann Center, for KIN 450. And we had to volunteer in the cardiac clinic, and that's something I never ever considered myself doing. When I found out that we had to fulfill these hours, I was kind of overwhelmed as I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know how to read an ECG. I didn't know what half these medications were. But you learned that along the way. Anyway, when I started these hours, I didn't know just how much of an impact that they would have on my overall experience and where I think I would like to go in the future. So my first hour spent at the clinic, Phyllis, which is one of the kind of head coordinators up there, she directed me to this older gentleman, and he was new to the clinic, and she said, just go follow him, go chat with him. He just needs someone to kind of hold him accountable and make him smile. And so I went and talked to this man, let's call him Jill for now. And after reading through his card, I found out that he had Parkinson's. And I have never really been around anyone who had Parkinson's or I guess been associated with anyone who has Parkinson's. I am aware of what the disease is and what it can potentially do to someone, but I have never actually been in contact with anyone that has Parkinson's. And it was really an eye-opener for me. I'm aware that it's a very aggressive and degenerative disease, both physically, mentally, and definitely emotionally as well. Anyway, during my first week with Bill, he was very quiet. You could tell he didn't really want to be there. He felt kind of just sad and almost a little sorry for himself because he didn't think he could do the workouts that we wanted him to do. And you could tell he wasn't challenging himself. So I kind of made it my goal that as long as I would see him throughout the rest of my hours, I would kind of pair myself up with him and see how he's doing, see how he's feeling, try and encourage him to try more and more, because the more that he tries, the stronger he gets, and then that, as an effect, his body won't become as weak as quickly. Don't get me wrong, I still know that it's a very aggressive disease, but him wanting to build his strength up and wanting to do those exercises all will help him live a more normal life, even if it's just a little bit longer. And so over the weeks, I followed Bill around. Well, I didn't follow him around, but we went through his workout plans and did his cardio, did his stretches, did his balance exercises, and he was improving every week, if not every other day. And he started talking to me more. He started talking about his daily life more and asking me how I was doing and if I would see him in the next couple of days. And it was just really great to be able to connect with someone and bring a smile to someone's face who a few weeks before just, you could tell he didn't want to be there. He didn't know what to do with himself. He didn't believe in himself. But over those few weeks, you could tell that he was starting to believe in himself more and more. And I think that's a very important thing to realize with people who have disabilities, whether that be physical, mental, emotional, like I mentioned in the previous videos. it is very important to understand that um, a lot of times they may lose faith in themselves because they feel like they can't overcome many of the obstacles that they are faced with due to having this disability. And that's simply not the case. Especially throughout this class, that we've learned all the different ways to adapt sports for people who have disabilities. There is always a way to include them in whatever it is that they are interested in and want to do. And it's just about us figuring out how to adapt those, how to adapt it to their needs so that they can do what they want to do and so that they have faith in themselves again and that they truly are happy and believe that they can do what they still love